morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Friday, August 21st, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. An update on the three hurricanes/typhoons. Super-typhoon Goni has brushed past the northern Philippines, killing 2 people, causing the evacuation of about 2,100 others. It's on its way toward Taiwan right now, which is expected to be inundated with very heavy rain from the hurricane. The storm is still packing sustained winds of about 103 miles per hour, with gusts of up to 125 miles per hour. The storm behind it, about 900 miles to the east of it, is super-typhoon Atsani. That's now been downgraded from a Category 4 to Category 3. It's expected to curve to the northeast very shortly, which would put it well out of the range of Japan, specifically the Tokyo area. It's expected to pass Narita Airport about 500 miles to the east sometime on Monday, but it's going to be at that point only a Category 1 storm. So this is a big sigh of relief to the Japanese. Meanwhile, Hurricane Danny continues to churn west-northwest in the Atlantic. It's about 970 miles east of the Windward Islands. It is moving toward the Caribbean, but according to the National Hurricane Center in Miami, it says that Danny remains a tiny hurricane and is expected to weaken sometime tomorrow. There have been no coastal watches that have been put up for it. Meanwhile, the possible acquisition by Zurich of Royal Sun Alliance remains being debated. According to the British law, the Zurich insurance company has until 5 p.m. on Tuesday to give notice that it intends to pursue RSA. The Financial Times is reporting that Zurich has hired Evercore Partners to work with Morgan Stanley on the bid, but there still remains a significant difference of valuation, apparently, as to what RSA is looking for and what Zurich is willing to pay. RSA has long been reported to be looking at an offer at around £6 a share, while according to surveys, Zurich shareholders are only interested in paying about £5.30 a share. Another interesting situation is that the Norway Oil Fund, BlackRock Partners, and Aberdeen Asset Management are all large shareholders of both companies. Australia insurer IAG, Insurance Australia Group, published its interim results this morning, and it said that it's blown through its $2.7 billion reinsurance limit for the New Zealand earthquakes back in 2010 and 2011. They said that the loss creep from both quakes was mainly driven by more notifications coming from the New Zealand Earthquake Commission of new household claims exceeding 100,000 New Zealand dollars, which thus made it eligible for reinsurance. You'll recall that Berkshire Hathaway purchased a 20% stake in IAG earlier this summer. That help can't be coming soon enough. It's going to help them immensely with their reinsurance buying. If you think global markets have been rattled by the Chinese currency moves and the discussion in Europe about Greece, what if this unfolded? South Korea's defense minister is warning North Korea it faces searing consequences if it launches any fresh provocations. The North Koreans are upset that the South Koreans are broadcasting loudspeaker propaganda across the demilitarized zone into North Korea. Last night, apparently, the North Korean military, in a senior meeting with Kim Jong-un, made the approvals on a, quote, final attack operation, which is going to be launched in response to any new South Korean provocation. There was an incident in Macedonia on the eastern part of Greece, now an independent country in its own right, part of the EU. Macedonian police fired tear gas and, according to some reports, bullets at thousands of refugees who are in a no-man's land just outside the country's border. Refugees are from the Middle East, Africa, and Asia, and many of them are Syrian refugees. Macedonia has been seeing about 2,000 refugees a day crossing into its territory, and apparently things got out of hand. Tear gas was certainly used. There was a large explosion in the basement of a Los Angeles high-rise building last night at about 10:10 p.m. It was a 19-story building, shaking the whole structure. 2 people were injured. Everybody else in the building thought it was an earthquake. Apparently it was a generator in the basement. 160 firefighters responded. The blast caused a momentary power outage at the nearby Staples Center during a Shania Twain concert. Ms. Twain resumed singing as soon as the power went back on. That's the news for today. If you have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching and have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday.